Go ahead, Patty.
Thanks, Aaron. Hi, Ashley. Great to see you.
Hi.
I'm wondering if you can explain how you continue to keep up such a positive mindset and confidence, especially through like all the ups and downs of the season with the Spirit, that roller coaster ride, and also with the national team. You know, getting called in, not getting called in, getting called in again. So how do you keep your confidence through all of that and still stay positive?
That's a great question. 2 years ago, I started working with a sports psychologist, and that's really helped me with my mindset and just being positive, but also just like realizing that it's a waste of time to focus on these negatives or focus on complaining or whatever the outside circumstances may be. So just staying in a mindset where I can control what I can control and then giving it my best. That's kind of how I've been rolling, and it's worked out so far.
Awesome. If I can have a quick follow up on that. With the sports psychologist, was there something in particular that happened that caused you to seek that out?
Yeah, I just kind of found myself in a rut knowing that I could play better, and I feel like the only thing that was getting in my way was myself. So I just knew that I needed to speak to someone to help me kind of unlock that next level and kind of just free my mind a little bit because I knew as soon as I freed my mind, I would be able to play more free on the field.
Awesome. Great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Ash. Let's go to Donald Wine. Go ahead, Donald.
Thank you. Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
Couple of questions. One, this is the first camp of the year. I just kind of give us a general sense of the vibes in the camp, how it's going so far. And also, you're in camp with a lot of your Washington Spirit teammates. Tell me, how is that experience especially?
Well, to answer your first question, the vibes at camp have been great. I think everyone who is here is excited to be here, especially with a new year, a fresh start. And then, of course, being here with 6 other Spirit players is fun. I was super excited when I saw the roster, and I was like, it's like a little mini reunion before we go back to season. So I think it's very well deserving of every Spirit player that's here, and I hope that we can continue to play together in this environment.
Thank you, Donald. Let's go to Jason Anderson. Go ahead, Jason.
Hi, Ashley. Thanks for speaking with us today. I think my main question here is, in years past, not getting into January camp, you maybe had a different experience having to make do in the off season, finding your own training or finding people to train with. How helpful has it been? How much sharper do you feel like you can be in an environment where you're more safe from COVID, everyone's being tested, things like that, and also you're not necessarily as isolated from this many professional players?
You're saying like being in this camp environment?
Yeah, as compared to not being in.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a huge difference. I think anytime you get invited into this environment, whether it's preseason, middle of the season, whatever it is, it's always helpful because of the players that you're surrounded by and just the competitiveness of this environment. And also just having numbers to play with makes a world of a difference. In the off season, normally you're trying to scrap together, small-sided games of whoever can play, and the quality is kind of all over the place. But when you get here, you know what the quality is going to be. So it's huge, and it's exciting to be able to start the year off like this.
Great. Thanks so much.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Jason. Let's go to Steph Young next. Steph, you are up.
Thanks, Aaron. Hi, Ashley. The U.S. Soccer Twitter just posted a video of you guys running the beep test. As a non-elite person, seeing you guys run a beep test on puffy coats seems like a nightmare. Is it a nightmare? If so, in what ways is it a nightmare? Thank you.
That's a good question. I think the beep test is like the bane of everyone's existence. Luckily, we didn't have to do the full beep test. We just did the first 15. It's kind of like a warm-up and a standard just to see where we're at. So yeah, it wasn't great, but at least it was the first 15. So I feel like if it was a full beep test, those puffies would have been off.
Thank you, Steph. And let's go to Sean McCaffrey. Go ahead, Sean.
Thank you for taking the time to do this with us. Every player is always looking to up their game. How does what you were looking to improve during your offseason jive with what the staff on the national team is asking of you?
I feel like it's pretty aligned. I've been fortunate enough to have a few Zoom calls with Milan over the off season, and his feedback and my observations from like previous performances have lined up. So that's a good sign, and I'm excited to continue to take that feedback and improve my game.
Thanks, Sean. Milan being our assistant coach, one of our assistant coaches. Looks like last question for Ashley goes to Amelia Hurdle. Go ahead, Amelia.
Hi, Ashley. Thanks for taking the time. I just wanted to get your, you talked a little bit about the vibes, but your overall first impressions, obviously some newbies, this is their first camp, and just overall like the competition and how is it going up for everyone so far?
It's been good. I mean, I feel like we have the newbies are maybe new to this environment, but they're not new to the NWSL environment, and that's also a competitive environment. So it may be new seeing them here, but it's not new, playing against them and with them. So it's fun. It's super competitive, and I think everyone's level always goes up a notch when we're in this environment.